The grand wedding hall was filled with guests, their murmurs creating a soft hum of excitement. Chandelier sparkled above, casting a golden glow over the decorated venue. Jungkook stood at the altar, dressed in an expensive suit. His sharp jawline, intense eyes, and composed demeanor made him look like a perfect groom, but his lips moved as if he was speaking to someone invisible. I will take care of my wife. She loves me so much. Jungkook whispered, tilting his head slightly as if listening to an unseen voice. From the bride's room, Minji peeked through the curtains, watching Jungkook mutter to himself. She frowned, her perfectly done makeup failing to hide the frustration in her eyes. I thought he was handsome and rich, but he's not suitable for me at all. She huffed, pacing the room. A mental guy? No way. I don't care what my parents think. I have to escape this marriage. Minji turned to her best friend Hannah, who was nervously biting her nails. Are you sure about this, Minji? Running away will bring shame to your family. I don't care, Minji snapped. My parents are only thinking about their pride and depth. What about my happiness? No, I'm leaving. With Hannah's help, Minji sneaked out of the wedding venue, leaving behind a white envelope on the dressing table. The letter inside was cold and heartless. I'm leaving, Dad. I cannot marry for your prestige and depth. It's your fault for not giving us a good life. Minutes later, you entered the bride's room, your heart pounding as you looked around for Minji, but all you found was a letter. Your hands trembled as you unfolded it, read her cruel words. No, she really left. You whispered, feeling a cold chill rush down your spine. A sharp gasp made you turn around. Your father was standing behind you, his eyes wide as he read the letter over your shoulder. The color drained from his face, and within seconds he collapsed onto the floor. Dad, you cried, rushing to his side. Tears rolled down his cheeks as he clutched his chest. I did everything for her. I took a loan for her business. She promised, but she abandoned everything halfway. Now I have to pay the entire amount alone. I thought she would marry Jungkook and secure our future, but she left me. Your mother knelt beside him sobbing. What do we do now? If we don't proceed with the wedding, Jungkook's father will be furious. They agreed to help us only because of this marriage. If we cancel it, we'll lose everything. Your father buried his face in his hands. I cannot face them. I cannot face the shame. I might die as well. Dad, you shouted, gripping his shoulders. Don't say that. He looked at you with tear-filled eyes. Wine, you are my only hope now. Please save our family. If you don't marry Jungkook, we'll be ruined. Your breath hissed. Marry Jungkook? The man rumored to be mentally unstable. You had always heard whispers about him. They said he had no proper memory, that he spoke to himself, and that he could be dangerous. Marrying him meant stepping into a life of uncertainty. But looking at your broken father, you realized something important. Your happiness was nothing compared to his. Unlike Minji, you couldn't be selfish. What are you thinking, Wine? Would you also leave me like your sister? No, I don't let it happen. You have to marry him, Wine, at any cost. Be it forced or anything, you have to marry. Please. You're the only hope to me, he said while expressing. You nodded firmly. Yes, if this is what it takes to save our family, then I'll do it. Your father wiped his tears and quickly informed Jungkook's father. Surprisingly, they accepted without hesitation. We don't need to tell Jungkook, Jungkook's father said. He has trouble remembering things. He won't even notice the difference. And just like that, you were dressed in Minji's wedding gown, your veil covering your face as you walked toward the altar. Your hands trembled slightly, but you forced yourself to stay strong. And just like that, you were dressed in Minji's wedding gown, your veil covering your face as you walked toward the altar. Your hands trembled slightly, but you forced yourself to stay strong. Jungkook stood there, his eyes locked onto you as you approached. His gaze was deep and unreadable. You came, he whispered, his voice soft yet intense. I knew you wouldn't leave me, your heart tensed. I still thought you were Minchi. The priest began the ceremony, his words feeling like a distant echo in your ears. When it was time for the vows, Jungkook took your hand and looked into your eyes. For a moment, you saw something there, an emotion you couldn't quite understand. I, Chan Jungkook, take you one to be my wife. I promise to protect you, to cherish you, and to be by your side forever. Your chest tightened. He wasn't dangerous. He wasn't mad. He was just different. And now he was yours. Swallowing hard, you spoke your vows. I, Wine, take you, Jungkook, to be my husband. I promise to stand beside you, to respect you, and to fulfill my duty as your wife. The priest declared you husband and wife. Jungkook lifted your veil, his eyes shining with something unreadable. You are beautiful, he whispered, touching your cheek lightly. Your breath caught in your throat. Thank you. As he leaned in to kiss you, you squeezed your eyes shut, unsure of what to expect. But the kiss never came. Instead, Jungkook suddenly kissed your forehead and stepped back, tilting his head as if he was listening to someone. Yes, yes, I know, but she's mine now. She won't leave, he muttered under his breath. Your blood ran cold. Was he really talking to himself, or was it something worse? Jungkook turned to you, his expression unreadable. Come, we should go home. You swallowed your fear and took his hand. Your fate was sealed. You had married a man feared by many, a man whose mind worked differently from others. Whether this decision was a mistake or a blessing, only time would tell. The wedding was over. You had married Jungkook. As you bid farewell to your parents, your father held your hands tightly, his eyes filled with guilt. Wine, I'm sorry. I never wanted this for you, but I had no choice. You forced a small smile. I think this is my fate. I can never forgive Minzy for putting me in this situation first. Only for you, I married him. Goodbye, Dad, Mom. With that, you turned away and followed Jungkook to the car. The ride was silent. You sat still, staring out the window, your mind heavy with uncertainty. What would your life be like from now on? Would you get regret this decision? Jungkook, on the other hand, seemed completely unbothered. He was smiling to himself, mumbling things under his breath. You glanced at him from the corner of your eye. He looked content. After a while, he grabbed a water bottle and tried to open the cap. His hands trembled, his fingers fumbling clumsily. I can't. My hands, he murmured. He hesitated, then reached out and twisted the cap open for him. Here, Jungkook's eyes lit up like a child receiving candy. Oh, you are so nice, Minji, he laughed, taking a sip. But his grip was weak and the water spilled down his shirt. Oh no, my shirt, he gasped, looking at the wet fabric with wide eyes. You stared at him, not knowing what to say. His reaction was childish. He chuckled, brushing his damp shirt as if it was a funny accident. Then he turned to you with a bright smile. Thank you for helping me, he said softly. You forced a small, hesitant smile before turning away. This was not what you expected at all. When you reached Jungkook's house, your breath caught in your throat. It was a grand mansion, larger than anything you had ever seen. The gates opened automatically, revealing a beautiful garden leading up to the massive house. As soon as the car stopped, Jungkook hopped out excitedly. Come, come, I'll show you our home. You followed him inside, your heart pounding. The interior was even more luxurious with tall ceilings, golden chandeliers, and elegant furniture. But what caught your attention the most was Jungkook's behavior. Look, this is my favorite sofa. It's so soft, he giggled, throwing himself onto the couch. And bouncing slightly, you blinked. Ah, okay. He suddenly gasped and ran to a shelf, picking up a small plush bunny. Oh no, Bunny, I left you all alone for so long. He hugged the toy tightly. It's okay now, I'm back. You stood there completely speechless. This was your husband, the feared mafia leader. Chunguk turned to you, his eyes sparkling. Do you like bunnies? They are so cute. Oh yes, they are cute, you said awkwardly. You like what I like. That means we will be best friends. He cheered, clapping his hands. You gulped. Best friends? Was this man really the same chunk of people after all? Later that night, you sat on the bed, trying to process everything. Jungkook was in the bathroom, singing loudly and laughing to himself. When he came out, he was wearing pajamas with cartoon bears on them. He jumped onto the bed, hugging a large, stuffed bear. Good night, Minji, he said happily. You tensed. He still thought you were Minji, but correcting him now felt useless. Good night, Jungkook, you murmured. Jungkook hummed a happy tune and closed his eyes, hugging his stuffed toy like a child. You turned off the lights, staring at the ceiling. Your new life had begun, and it was nothing like you had imagined. 3 days had passed since your marriage. You were still adjusting to Jungkook's unusual behavior. Every day he would act like a playful child, laughing at small things, hugging his plush toys, and talking to himself. It was strange, but you were slowly getting used to it. One evening, Jungkook came running towards you, his eyes shining with excitement. "Why, look what I got for you," he said, holding a small velvet box in his hands. You looked at the box confused. "What is it? Open it," he urged, bouncing on his feet. You hesitantly took the box from his hands and flipped it open. Inside lay a stunning diamond necklace. The stones sparkled under the light, each one placed perfectly in an intricate design. It was breathtaking and expensive. Your eyes widened. "Jungkook, this must have cost a fortune," he grinned. "Of course, only the best for my wife. You like it, right? You love it?" His excitement was evident. You hesitated, then slowly closed the box. "I can't take this, Jungkook. It's too expensive." His smile faded a little. "How, why?" You shook your head and gently placed the box back in his hands. "I don't need expensive things. I'm fine with what I have. You don't need to buy such costly gifts for me." Jungkook's hand froze around the box. His eyes blinked rapidly as if he didn't understand what just happened. "But it's a gift. It's for you. You are supposed to take it." You gave him a small smile and stepped back. "Thank you, Jungkook, but I can't accept it." Then, without another word, you turned and walked away, leaving him standing alone in the middle of the room. Jungkook stood there silently, holding the box tightly. His eyes followed your retreating figure. His lips slightly parted. He had expected you to be happy, maybe even excited, but you had refused. No one had ever refused his gifts before. He slowly looked down at the necklace. "She doesn't want it. She's different indeed," he whispered to himself. For the first time, confusion clouded his mind. You were different. You weren't like the others who admired his wealth or his status, and for some reason that thought lingered in his mind longer than it should have. One day Jungkook was playing with his toys in the living room. Then you were stepping downstairs. Suddenly you slipped and your leg tripped, but luckily you held the railing to stop you from falling on steps. But Jungkook, who saw, immediately ran to you as you sat on step, holding your affected leg. "What happened, Wine?" he asked in panic. You were surprised to hear your name from his mouth, or it was your hallucination. "Why did you call me Wine?" you asked in a low tone. Jungkook quickly struck it off. "Wine? Who is Wine, Minji? I don't know what you're talking. See, your leg is injured. Come with me." He lifted you up in his arms and took you to the couch. You were surprised to see a different man in him. He wasn't looking like a child, but a strong man who cares for his wife. He put you on the couch and quickly left to bring a spray for your ankle pain. Here, more than pain, his sudden change in behavior shocked you. Jungkook came to you and sprayed the medicine on your ankle and was massaging it gently by placing your foot in his lap. And you were surprised to see the care and love for you in his eyes. He wasn't childish now. "Are you feeling okay now?" You nodded with a surprised look on your face. "Yeah, I am, thanks," you said hesitantly in a low tone. Just don't do anything today, just rest. Maids will bring everything here. He said and went to the kitchen to say something to maids. And you were still surprised. Days passed. Jungkook was acting differently. He wasn't acting childish, unlike in the beginning. His behavior was different. Sometimes you feel he will be a normal husband. One afternoon, as you walked past Jungkook's study room, you heard voices inside. You weren't planning to eavesdrop, but a familiar name stopped you in your tracks. Why are you still acting like you're mentally ill? Jimin's voice was clear. Your breath hissed. What? Jungkook let out a deep sigh because I wanted to know if the girl I married was a gold digger or not. Your heart dropped. Jimin scoffed. But Minji already proved she was a gold digger when she ran away. Then why did you marry her sister? Jungkook's voice softened because I trusted Wine. I thought she was different from Minji. I wanted to test her and she proved me right. She's a kind and humble woman. She has all the qualities I wanted in a wife. Jimin hummed in thought. Then when are you going to tell her the truth? Jungkook hesitated. Soon. I will let her know soon. Anger and betrayal flooded your chest. Without thinking, you pushed the door open. No need to tell me later, Jungkook. I heard everything. Jungkook turned around, eyes widening in shock. Why? To test whether I'm a gold digger or not, you married me? Your voice shook. Your fist clenched at your sides. Jungkook stood up quickly. Listen to me, I can explain. What will you explain? That you played with my life? That you made me believe you were sick? Your voice cracked with emotions you couldn't control. Jungkook took a step toward you, but you stepped back. His jaw tightened as he exhaled sharply. I was really mentally ill, Wine. Until 2 months ago, your breath hissed. What? Jungkook ran a hand through his hair, frustration evident on his face. I met with an accident. I lost my memories. I became like a child. I didn't remember who I was or who the people around me were. But in that state, I saw everyone's true colors. You stayed silent watching him. His voice was low, filled with something close to pain. Many girls came forward pretending they loved me, but in the end, they all wanted my money. When they saw my mental state, they ran away. No one was willing to stay with me if I wasn't powerful and rich. He swallowed hard before continuing. Then my father told me about Minji. I heard from people and found out she was after money too. But you were different. I heard that you never cared about wealth. I wanted to test it myself when Minji ran away. I took the chance to see it. Tears burned the back of your eyes. Even if your intentions were good, Jungkook, you put me through so much. Do you know how scared I was? How confused? Your voice cracked. I thought you needed me. I felt guilty for not understanding you. I tried to be patient with you every day, and now I found out it was all a test. Jungkook stepped closer, looking desperate. I know, I put in a difficult situation, but I never meant to hurt you, Wan. You have to believe me. You shook your head, wiping your tears away. I don't know if I can, Jungkook. Silence filled the room. Jimin, who had been quietly watching, sighed and stood up. I think you both need time to talk properly. I will leave you to it. He patted Jungkook's shoulder and walked out, leaving just the two of you. Jungkook took a deep breath. Wine, I trust you more than anyone, and I want you to trust me too. I don't want this marriage to be built on lies. That's why I was going to tell you soon. You looked away, feeling exhausted. It has already built on a lie, Jungkook. You should have told me from the start. Jungkook reached out hesitantly, his fingers brushing against yours. I'm sorry, Ivan. I truly am. Please don't hate me. You didn't know what to say. You wanted to believe him, but the hurt was still fresh. You took a deep breath, staring at Jungkook with unreadable eyes. I cannot accept this marriage now, he said, voice firm and shaking slightly. Just like you tested me, I don't want to stay in this marriage anymore. I'm leaving, Jungkook, and I don't know if I will ever return. Jungkook's face paled, his hands curled into fists at his sides, but he didn't move to stop you. He stood there silently, watching as you turned around and walked away. Jimin, who had been waiting outside, heard everything and sighed heavily. Why didn't you stop her, Jungkook? Jungkook exhaled and gave a small, sad smile. I deserve this. I hurt her, and I can't force her to stay, but I trust that she will come back because she has feelings for me, even if she won't admit it. Days passed and you ignored Shankar completely. You went to your parents' house. He never stopped trying to make things right. Every morning, fresh flowers arrived at your door. Notes filled with sincere apologies followed you wherever you went, and despite your efforts to push him away, he always found small ways to show you he still cared. When even you found yourself thinking about him, your mind unwillingly drifted back to the moments when he had treated your wounds gently. His eyes filled with worry. The time when you accidentally cut your finger in the kitchen and he had panicked more than you had. He had held your hand carefully, blowing on the wound and almost crying when you winced. Why are you crying? I'm the one hurt. You had teased him, but he had only pouted and bandaged your finger with so much care that it warmed your heart. Though you got hurt, pain is mine, he said while treating your wound. Another memory came rushing back, one where you had been feeling down, missing your family. Jungkook had found you sitting alone on the balcony, staring at the sky. Without a word, he had sat beside you and wrapped his arms around you. He didn't speak, didn't force you to talk. He simply held you, offering silent comfort. Months passed, and Jungkook didn't stop trying. Every day he did something to make you smile, to make up for the hurt he had caused. He made your favorite food, placed small gifts in your room, and left letters filled with heartfelt words. And slowly you started seeing him in a different light. You had hated him for what he did, but you couldn't deny the way your heart ached for him. He wasn't the same man who had tricked you into marriage. He had changed, or maybe you had started to see the real him. One evening, as you walked past the park, you saw him sitting on a bench, staring at the sky. He looked lonely, lost in thought. Something in you softened. Taking a deep breath, you approached him. Shankar, he called out softly. He turned to look at you, his eyes widening slightly in surprise. Wine, he whispered, almost as if he couldn't believe you were really standing there, willingly talk to him. You hesitated before sitting beside him. I have been thinking a lot. You admitted playing with your fingers, and I realized you never truly meant to hurt me. You were just scared, scared of being used again, scared of trusting the wrong person. Jungkook swallowed hard, his hands clenching into fists on his lap. I was an idiot one, he said, his voice full of regret. I should have told you everything from the start. I should have trusted you without testing you. But I was broken and I didn't know how to. You nodded slowly. I know, and I also know that you love me. His breath hissed, and he turned to face you fully. I do. More than anything, more than I ever thought I could love someone. A small smile tugged at your lips, and I think I believe you completely. Jungkook's eyes widened in shock, his mouth slightly open wide. Before he could say anything else, he reached for his hand and squeezed it gently. Let's start over, he said softly. No more lies, no more tests, just us. Jungkook nodded quickly, his eyes glistening with unshed tears. Yes, just us. And with that, you forgave him, letting go of the past and choosing to embrace the future with the man who had, despite everything, captured your heart. Thank you for watching. If you like the story, please subscribe.